Hello and namaste. Welcome to today's practice. We're going to start off with a normal salutation, so breathing in and stretching up. Breathing out, folding down. Stepping back with your right foot into a lunge. Breathing in, arms up. Hips squeezing down. And hands down either side your left foot, stepping back into plank. Lower down onto your belly however you want to. I'm doing knees, chest, chin. And straightening up to straight arms into upward dog. And breathe. We're going to come back to all fours. Take a breath. And then breathe out into downward dog, hips up, heels down. And walking your feet forward into a fold. Taking a breath in and stretching up. Breathing out, folding forwards, hands going towards the ground. And then sliding your hands up to your knees. Push through your arms. Pull your chin forwards and your shoulders back. Nice straight legs and leaning your weight forward into your toes. Folding back down now, hands down to the floor. Stepping your left foot back into your lunge. Breathe in, arms up, shoulders down, hips squeezing down. Really pushing back through your back heel in a lunge. Hands coming down, step back into plank. Lower down. Again, I'm doing knees, chest, chin. And then breathing in, straighten up through the arms into upward dog. Really pull your shoulders down, your head up, open your chest, and give your shoulders a rock from side to side. We're going to push back into child's pose now, so bring your bum back to your heels, stretching your arms forwards and resting your head down. Breathing in and coming up, starting with your hands under your shoulders, bring your right hand in a hand's width and step your foot where your hand was. Straightening up through the left leg and really pushing back through the heel and then squeezing your knee down to the floor and back up to a straight leg. Trying to maintain a nice long back, really pushing into the floor through your hands and really pushing back through that heel. Now untucking your toes. We're going to do similarly but with the toes untucked, so we're pushing down through the top of the foot and straightening up through the leg. Still trying to stay strong through your arms, straight through your back and really squeezing down through your hips. You can always cushion your foot up if this is uncomfortable and just repeat. Breathe in and come up, bringing both hands onto your right thigh, really pushing down through your hips. Standing tall through your spine, taking a breath in and stretching up and back. Hips really heavy, shoulders down. Bring your hands either side of your right foot. Pull your bum back, straighten up that right leg and pull your toes up to the sky. Trying to fold your chest over that leg, coming as low as you can. And then shimmy that right foot over to the left so it's in line with the left knee. Bring both hands over the leg and fold down again. Now this is a tricky one, so bringing your hands back either side of your leg and then bending your knee and dropping your knee forwards, so you're bringing your calf across the mat. If you're struggling to get down, bring that foot back towards your hip a little bit. We're coming into a pigeon pose. So sitting up as tall as you can, pushing through the hands if you want to, and if you're able to, breathe in, stretch your arms up to the sky and have a little lean backwards. Always cushion where you need to, where you feel it. And just make the pose work for you. Breathing in, coming back into a child's pose. Breathing in and coming up, we're going to lunge the other side, so stepping your left foot to the outside of your left hand, squeezing your hips down, tucking the toes under, straightening up through the leg and bending straight. So we're keeping a nice long straight back, pushing down through the arms, straight arms, shoulders down and really squeezing back through this heel. The harder you tuck your toes, the more pressure you'll get through the leg, so the more you'll get out of this. And untucking the toes now, we're going to do the same again, straighten and bend, but from the top of the foot. So really stay strong through your leg. Make sure you're using your glutes as well. Squeeze that bum and keep a nice straight posture through your spine. Settling that leg back down, we're going to bring both hands onto the thigh, sitting up nice and tall, If you want to bring your arms up, really take a big breath in and stretch up and back, squeezing the hips down. Hands down either side of the foot, toes pulling back, nice straight leg, and folding forwards over that leg. And then shimmying the left foot over to the right so it's in line with the right knee, bringing both hands across to the left and folding down, still concentrating on pulling those toes back, flexing the foot. Bringing the hands back either side of the foot, you're dropping your left knee forwards so your calf is coming straight across the mat. Breathing in and sitting up as tall as you can. If you want a little bit of an extra, breathe in, stretch your arms up and lean back. Slowly coming up now onto all fours, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. You're going to take a breath in and breathe out into downward dog, really pulling your hips up and squeezing your heels down, chest heavy to the floor. We're going to take a breath in, stretch your left leg as high and as straight as you can. And we're going to squeeze that left knee into your chest, bringing your nose as close to your knee as you can, and then straightening the left leg out to the right, coming onto the inside edge of your right foot and stretching the left arm up. You're trying to keep your body nice and straight, squeezing your hips up and stretching your arm up. Bringing the hand down, we're going to bring your left leg back up to the ceiling or sky. Bend the left knee, drop the toes over to the left, coming onto the outside edge now of your right foot, squeezing your hips forward and stretching your head and arm back. Breathe in and slowly come back into your downward dog. Take a moment and we're going to do the same the other side. Breathing in, stretching the right leg up as straight and high as you can, and bringing the knee into the chest, bringing the nose towards the knee, then straightening the leg out to the left, coming onto the inside edge of your left foot and stretching your left arm up. You're trying to keep your hips high and feel strong throughout. Bring your hands back down, kick your leg back up. And we're going to bend the knee and drop the toes over to the left this time. Come to the outside edge of your left foot, push your hips up and drop your head and arm back. Breathe in, roll back into your downward dog and take a moment. Breathe, stretch it out. Come down onto all fours and then back into child's pose. Breathing in and up to all fours, we're going to try some scapular push-ups. So keeping your arms straight with your hands under your shoulders, push your shoulders forwards and backwards, drawing your shoulder blades together and apart. This should lift you and down. Really push through your hands as heavy as you can and really squeeze your shoulders forwards and backwards. We're going to continue concentrating on the shoulders, but now bring a bit of rounding and arching into the back as well. So tucking and flicking the tailbone and curling and arching through the spine. Try and move with your breath. So breathing in, tailbone and chin up. Breathing out, chin into chest, tailbone tucking under. Give everything a gentle wiggle. Come forward onto your bum and lay down on your back. Bring your arms down by your sides. Bring your feet so that your heels are touching your fingers. So your feet should be nice and wide and quite close into your bum. We're going to take a breath in and squeeze your hips up as high as you can. Really use your bum to support your back, so squeeze it in, really pushing through the full of both soles of your feet. And if you want to, bring your hands underneath your back to give it an extra squeeze up. Try and keep your shoulders down, your neck long. And I'm starting to give some little pulses here. So just pushing up a little bit harder through my hands and squeezing and releasing through the glutes. And then giving the knees a gentle rock from side to side, taking the weight of your back through your hands and slowly bringing your bum back down. Give your knees a squeeze into your chest. Bringing the feet down to the mat and together, cross the left knee over the right, one stacked on top of the other. Hold the left knee in your right hand, bring your left hand under your head and pull your knees down to the right. So your hands under your head, your elbows nice and bent. And you're squeezing those knees down. Relax and breathe here, trying to sink deeper and deeper with every breath. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can straighten the left leg, moving your hand as far up that leg as you can, and straighten through the right leg. Breathing in and coming back onto your back, bringing your left ankle onto your right knee, and then squeezing both knees down to the left. Make sure you've got both feet flexed, and for this one, bringing both hands under your head so your elbows are bent and both shoulders are down to the floor. Be squeezing through both knees down to the floor. Breathing in and coming back onto your back. We're going to swap it over now, so bring your right knee over your left. Holding your knees with your left hand, squeezing them down to the left, and bring your right hand underneath your head. Sticking that shoulder down to the floor, and breathe. If you wanted to straighten that right leg, sliding your hand up your leg, straightening through your right leg, and hold. Coming up now onto your back, bring your right ankle onto your left knee, and squeezing both knees down to the right, flexing through both feet, squeezing both knees down, both hands under your head, squeezing your elbows down to the floor. Breathing in and coming up, just give your legs a straighten, a flex and a point. We're coming back into our bridge pose, so bring your fingertips to touch your heels. We're going to breathe in, straighten up through the arms, lift up with the hips, and breathe out, bring the arms back down your sides. So breathing in, straighten up through your arms, bring them above your head, squeezing through the glutes, hips up, breathing out, arms down and bums down. I've had to switch sides because my camera kept getting blown over, so we're continuing now with the bridge up and downs. So breathing in, straightening up through your arms, hips up, breathing out, hips and arms coming back down. I'm going to change it up now, so bringing your arms in line with your hips, we're going to do some pulses. So keeping your arms nice and straight and strong, pointing through the fingers, we're pulsing, so you're not touching the floor, just moving a few inches up and down, keeping your hips up, strong through your legs. Breathing in, bring your arms over your head, hold on to your elbows if you can, and we're going to start an S-bend through the spine. So from your up position, start to dive down through your tailbone, and one vertebrae at a time, lower your back to the floor. Scoop your bum along the floor and bring it back up. So we're trying to snake through the spine, leading with your hips up and down and following through with the rest of your spine. Bring your knees into your chest, have a squeeze. Breathe in and roll up onto your belly. Bring your elbows under your shoulders and your wrists in line with your elbows. Tuck your toes under nice and strongly, feet quite wide. And we're going to straighten and bend through the knees. Really tucking your toes as hard as you can. Pushing into your hands to squeeze yourself back into those toes. Hips heavy to the floor, shoulders down, head up. And bend and straighten. Make sure you're tucking as tight as you can and hold. And tuck your toes, bring your feet together. Push through your elbows to stick your bum up and drop your chest down. Your arms should be nice and straight, hips in line with your knees, and chest and chin really heavy to the floor. Breathing in and slowly coming forward back onto your belly. Bring your left arm straight across your mat, fingers pointing to the right. Bring your hand to the inside arch of your foot, push it down, bring your elbow up. You're trying to squeeze your heel down the side of your bum. Really put some pressure on that foot and squeeze it down, keeping your left hip down. And then we're going to keep hold of the inside arch of the foot and try and pull the foot away from the body, lifting it as high as you can. Try pushing down through your left shin and steady yourself using your left arm. Again, we're going to push down on the foot, squeezing it down the outside of the hip. And we're going to switch it over to the other side. So bring your left heel into your bum and grabbing the inside arch of your foot with your left hand. Trying to keep your right hip down, squeezing down through the foot, elbow up, squeezing the foot down. Again, keeping the inside arch of the foot, we're going to pull the foot away from the body, lifting the knee up. Really push down through your right leg, helping you get that height. Squeezing the foot down one more time, elbow pointing up, squeezing that foot down. I'm going to bring both feet in now, so holding the arches of both feet. We're going to take a breath in, really fill the belly, push down through the hips and stomach, and breathe in, lifting up through your head, lifting up through your arms, lifting your feet up, and then pushing back into your hands to lift your chest. There's a bit of a tug of war, and hold. And we're going to come down with similar pose, but from the other direction with your hands. So now you're holding the outside edges of your feet. This just changes the pose for your shoulders. So taking another breath in, pushing up through your hands and pulling back with your feet. And that's bow pose. Coming down. Just squeeze both heels into your bum for a moment. And then bring your bum back to your heels. And breathe for a minute. I've started here in a wide child's pose, so with my toes together but knees wide, chest sinking down. And then I'm switching it up, bringing the knees together, chest to the thighs, and resting down again. Breathing in and coming up, keeping your knees together, separate the feet as wide as you can. Try and fit the bum between your feet and sink it down towards the floor. Bring as much weight as you dare back to your bum, trying to keep your knees together. Breathing in and coming up onto all fours. Knees quite wide and ankles in line with the knees. Toes tucked under. Sit back onto your heels. Grab your heels with both hands. Take a breath in. Squeeze your hips forward, your chest up, and draw your head and shoulders back. Use your bum again to support your hips, support your back. Really squeeze and push forward through your hips. Really try and keep your shoulders down, your arms nice and straight, and push down into your heels. We're going to try this again if you want to, but this time without your toes tucked. So similar position, knees nice and wide, feet in line with your knees. Bringing your hands onto your heels. Taking a breath, squeezing forward through the hips. Really dropping your head and shoulders back as far as you dare. Holding onto your heels to anchor you down. Big breath in as you come up slowly. Sitting back onto your heels for a moment. Bring your head as close into your knees as you can. Grab hold of both heels again and roll forward onto your head, sticking your bum up. This is called snail pose, and I think you can see why. Breathe in and come up. Bring your feet together, knees squeezing down to the floor. Sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in, stretch your arms up. Bring your palms together, and that's it. Thank you, everybody. Namaste.